We will discuss history and definition of Al-Quran. The Quran is a major holy book in Islam, which Muslims believe was revealed by God, Arabica, Allah, to the Prophet Muhammad. The word Quran is mentioned 70 times in the Quran itself. This expression is as a guide for humans and is the basic purpose for all problems of life. Al-Quran also serves as a guide to live in this world and the hereafter. Next, history of the revelation of the Quran. At the time of Prophet, the Quran was revealed in two ways. First, the Quran was revealed in its entirety on the night of Laylatul Qadar, from Law al-Mahfud to Baitul Izzah, or the sky of the world in the holy month of Ramadan. This is explained by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in the first verse of Surah Al-Qur'an. Indeed, we have sent it down Al-Quran on the night of glory, Laylatul Qadar. Al-Qadar 97 after being sent down in the heavens of the world, then were gradually referred to the Prophet Muhammad according to the context and needs. For about 23 or 25 years, the first verse that was referred to the Prophet Muhammad as well as the seed of his virtue as Allah. His virtue as Allah is Surah Al-Alaq, verse 1 to 5, which contains the command to read Quran. The last verse that was referred to the angel Gabriel was Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 3. This verse was referred before us time on fifth day in Padang Arafah in the last Hajj season. History of the periodization of the Quran throughout the journey of revelation to the Prophet Muhammad. The scholars divide the history of the Quran into two periods, namely the period before the Hijrah and the period after the Hijrah. The first of the Quran that came down before the Hijrah are known as Makkiyah first, while the first of the Quran that came down after the Hijrah are known as Madaniyah first. Yusuf in his book Aqidah Akhlaq explains the history of the periodization of the Quran as follows. First one, the period before the Hijrah and the Makkiyah verses. In the period before the Hijrah, the verse of the Quran were referred during the Prophet Muhammad preaching in Mecca. For this reason, the verse are attributed to the location where the revelation comes from. Namely, in Mecca, the verse are dated as Makkiyah verse. In this first period, there were 96 Makkiyah surah that were referred for 12 years and 5 months. In general, the context of the Makkiyah verses are related to faith and the strengthening of monotheism. The revelation of the Quran in the period before the Hijrah was the main teaching of Islam to strengthen the faith of the people who were oppressed by the Quraysh in faith. Number two, the post-Hijrah period and the Madaniyah verses in this second period. The verse of the Quran were referred during the Prophet Muhammad preaching in Madinah. Therefore, the verses are attributed to the location of the revelation, namely in Madinah. The verses are all Madaniyah verses. In this second period, there are 29 surah that were different for 9 years and 9 months. Because the strengthening of faith has been explained from Makkiyah verses. Then, after the Hijrah, Madaniyah verses are generally related to Mu'amalat, Sharia, and Islamic law. In this period, the last verse that was referred was verse 3 in Surah Al-Ma'idah, when the Prophet Muhammad performed the Hajj Wada as well as the closing of the revelation of the Quran. Today, I have perfect your religion for you and complete my purpose for you, and I have prescribed Islam as your religion. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5 ayat berapa? Verse 3. History of Al-Quran book heavy at the time of the Prophet Muhammad. The Quran was not taught as naturally as it is now. When the revelation was revealed, Prophet Muhammad repeat to his companions either to be direction written or memorized after the death of the Prophet Muhammad. It is necessary to record and establish standards the Quran so that it remains intact and its authentic is maintained. An explanation of the history of the bookkeeping of the Quran is explained in the following direction. 1. The Quran at the time of the Prophet Muhammad on of the reason the Quran has not been recorded in the Prophet period is the process of revelation that was still ongoing during the life of the Prophet Muhammad. When the revelation was revealed, the Prophet Muhammad then read it to his friends and asked some people to write down the revelation. The friends of the author of the revelation include Zaid bin Sabit, Ali bin Abi Thalib, Muawiyah bin Abu Sufyan, Uban bin Ka'ab, and Sa'un. The right media used at the time were dead plant fronts, stones, flame rivers, animal skins, one saddles, a vessel of animal bones, and so on. In addition to being direction were done, many friends immediately memorized it when it was read by the Prophet Muhammad. For this reason, the collection of the Quran in this prophetic period was now in two ways. Namely, writing Zampu fi as-Sudhur and through memorization Jamu fi as-Sudur. 2. The Quran at the time of the Rashidin Caliphate after the Prophet Muhammad His successor caliphs were elected during the Rashid Caliphate. At this time, the caliphs striking for Abu Bakar Siddiq to Uthman bin Affan felt the need for collection and record the Quran into an faith wall. Initially, the need to record the Quran was felt to be very important after the Yamamah war during the Caliphate Abu Bakar. In that were many of the Hafiz or memories of the Quran from the compilers were martyred, worried that the Quran will have the same fate as other holy books which were discarded because they were late in writing. Umar bin Khattab suggested to Abu Bakar that the Quran be collection immediately. At first, he hesitated, but finally the Caliph Abu Bakar As-Siddiq ordered Zaid bin Sabit, when the revolution spread in the Prophet period, to lead the Prophet of collection the Quran. The description of the story of the Quran read by Jahaya Khairani, it is stated that Zaid bin Sabit appeals for principle in the collection of the Quran. The accepted verse is only that which is written in the presence of the Prophet. The verse of the Quran were written for the memorization of the companions. The verse of the Quran will not be written down unless it is agreed by two witnesses that the verses was written in the presence of the Prophet, and memorizing the Quran of the companions is not accepted, except what they have direction from the Prophet. After the Quran was written, standardizing was spread out during the Caliphate of Uthman bin Affan. The difference in dialect lahjah was that were united by Uthman so as not to cause division among Muslims.
Let's keep this short. Next discussion is names installed in the Quran.
Nice.
There are several categories including Surah Al-Ismail, generalists, spiritual creature, and other. In the first category, Surah Al-Ismail, there are figure names and specific group names. Figure names among others are Yunus 10 Surah, Hud 11 Surah, Yusuf 12 Surah, Ibrahim 14 Surah, Maryam 19 Surah, Luqman 31st Surah, Muhammad 47 Surah, and Nuh 74th Surah. And next,
So I think Luqman is more is called more than Muhammad, right? The three one. What about Muhammad? How many times?
47.
What is it? So Muhammad or
No, Surah Al-Ismail. Surah Al-Ismail. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Alright. Thank you very much for justifying my misconception.
Next, specific group names. In one family, 3 surah. Children of Israel, 17 surah. Cave dwellers, 18 surah. The Romans, 30 surah. The Sabbath, 34 surah. And Christ, 106 surah. Next, general list. 25 prophets. Among others are Musa 136 times, Ibrahim 69 times, Nuh 43 times, Yusuf 27 times, Lut 27 times, Adam 25 times, Isa 25 times, or Al-Masih, or son of Mary 23 times, Harun 20 times, Ishak 17 times, Sulaiman 17 times, Daud 16 times, Yakub 16 times, Ismail 12 times, Su'aib 10 times, Soleh 9 times, Zakaria 7 times, Hud 7 times, Yahya 5 times, Muhammad 4 times, Ayub 4 times, Yunus 4 times, Idris 2 times, Ilyas 2 times, Ilyasa 2 times, Zulkifli 2 times. And next, spiritual creature. Next, angel. Jibril 2 times, Mikael 2 times, Malik 1 time, Harut 1 time, Malik 1 time, and Jabariyah 1 time. And next, jinn. The name of the jinn itself is inserted in the name of the surah in the Quran, namely Surah Al-Jinn. Others. Step 2. Lata 1 time, Uza 1 time, Manat 1 time, Wad 1 time, Suwa 1 time, Yagud 1 time, Ya'uk 1 time, Nasar 1 time, Baal 1 time. And object. Earth 409 times, sky 118 times, sun 12 times, sun 33 times, moon 27 times, and stars 5 times.
Okay.
For the lafaz, zikru 292 times, Huda al-Huda Hudanu 85 times, Insyaallah 6 times. This next.
One more.
Next discussion, the virtue of reading the Quran and practicing it. Human or the best human. That's our angel.
Okay, stop now. I'd like to ask about what is it? A business that never lose, right?
What?
It is really interesting for us, for me, I think. A business that never lose. Yeah, in the quarter of a business that never lose. So what would you like to tell me about this firm? Okay. Okay.
This is which proves it.
Yes.
Next. Which proves next.
Oh,
Next. This is
yeah.
which proves it. Surah Fatir, verse 29 to 30. In this verse, Allah promised the people of the Quran a great reward, and He gives extra to those whose magnitude is unknown by Him. Indeed, lucky are those who are characterized according to this verse. Regarding it, Imam Qatadah rahimahullah, as quoted from Ibn Kathir, Tafsir, said, Mutarif, when he read this verse, said, this is the first of the predictors. In his commentary, Imam Al-Qurtubi said about the verse, this is the first of predictors who practice and understand it.
Okay.
Next.
Skip it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
next. Which proves it? Next.
Okay.
Next.
Alright.
Yes, next. Thank you for the time. Sorry if there are any wrong words in the delivery of the material. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. See you soon. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.